So I've got hands on the new Karver KJS12 rope clutch, and it's shiny. This is targeted at similar loads and functions to the Spinlock XTS and XCS. In fact, the hole spacing is the same, so it can be retrofitted without drilling. It's got a 1.2 ton working load, which is the same as the XCS, more than the XTS. It accepts a line size of up to 12 millimeters. Today I tested it with some 10 mil. The design is really interesting. Instead of a cam like the XTS, this is more similar to the XX, where it has a set of sliding parallel jaws, in this case 4, that move with the rope and kind of decrease the space that the rope can live. Some very interesting features. It's super compact. There's a single screw to service the jaws. Most exciting might be the remote release options that the release gives you, because this is just done by a string that pulls away both sets of jaws. So you could mount this perhaps inside the boom for a reef line or up on the bow for a tack line. The engage button is still a button, so you'd still have to have your hands on the clutch in order to do all the functions. The specs say that this will take 12 millimeter line, but today we tried it with 10 millimeter line. This one's from Maffioli and actually measures more like 10.3, and it was very hard to insert, so I don't think 12 is an option. I think 11 would be tough. The upside was that this ran through this clutch better than this Spinlock XTS with the 10 millimeter cams. There's a lot less drag, which can be an issue when you're using a line at the max size of the clutch. In slip testing, it appears to be very slightly better on slip than the XTS, but the difference is really small. We're talking, fractions of a millimeter over the observed slip. This was seen both in initial take-up and the slip under load. In terms of line wear, it remains to be seen, but examining the line that's been loaded several times, it seems like it's distorting the line less than the Spinlock. Here's the Spinlock, and here's the Karver. The Spinlock, because of its cam design, really flattens out the rope, and that's one of the things that leads to wear. This may be better, but we don't know for certain. There's some odd things to consider. The handle goes directly behind the clutch, so you have to pick which side of the clutch you're going to want the release to be on. Also, if you were, say, mounting the clutch on the deck, which would be what you'd expect, the clearance on the single screw to service the clutch is tough because it's right at the bottom, so you don't have room to swing for sure a set of Allen wrenches or even something that's not a ball end wrench. The insides I can show you quite quickly. As this design here, you can see the jaws and the spring that retracts them. So I'm not sure that this represents enough of an upgrade over an XTS to change out if you have an XTS that's in good condition. Starting from scratch, though, it really is worth considering the Karver KJS. The super compact design, the unique release mechanism, and the frankly stunning aesthetic, and the slightly better slip profile make it a contender versus the XTS.